This is a response to China Insights video. Rich's leaks are the one feeding me how young people have lost their dreams step by step, which is about basically how young Chinese people have lost their motivation to basically do better and strive for more work and whatnot. And it goes into unemployment and things like that, but it also goes into things like the chained woman, which was mentioned specifically, that one of those building fires, the one that sparked a lot of protests. And I don't, of course, I'm not going to try to butcher the name of that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And the bus crash, the one that crashed in that reservoir, were the ones that the video mentioned that have basically made it so that the young people in China, um, they don't feel cared about, I guess, in the sense that they know the government's not there to really help them, and to that, I mean, to that, there's another scene in that video where there was a dad and a daughter that were trying to turn a part of a desert basically back into a forest, and they were like irrigating it and things like that, um, and so there was water going through it. There were trees and bushes and things like that that this guy had all planted by himself, um, and it was working up until when um, a coal mine had basically diverted all of the water that they were receiving, and they've been like petitioning the government to to make them stop, but they refuse. So they're fucked, um, along with pretty much everybody else that has any sort of issue. So that's like um, a summary of just like the general reason why young people over there are like lying flat, um, and yeah, it sort of made me think. It's like, something's happening to that. I mean, like that, to young people over in the United States. And being a young person myself, I definitely feel that lack of motivation. Um, and I bet a lot of people could agree. There's just, it's really, really hard to get yourself to get things done sometimes. And I guess like the response to China Insights video is that, like, I guess I'm just diving deeper into um, maybe American society, and putting forth a few reasons why. I guess it's not so much a response as it is just a video that inspired me to make this video about the sort of lying flat you see over here and why. Um, like in China, there's like a generational misunderstanding of how shit works, given that like the older generation, like ours, I mean, theirs of course is different. Their older generation, they lived through the Great Leap Forward and shit like that, and some of them still are living in poverty. Like I'm pretty sure much less of our seniors are experiencing poverty to theirs, but there's a misunderstanding from these people towards the younger generations in that they just don't understand how difficult it is, even I mean, like for an example, from my own personal experience, like getting an apartment um, when I have no rental history. I mean, I have some credit, but given the past few years, it's not gone well. You know, I'm in the 600s now, and that might be okay, but it's not where I want to be, and it doesn't help me, um, show that I'm capable of like paying for an apartment, uh, each month. So, anyways, it's difficult to get an apartment. It's difficult to get a reasonably priced car. Um, and I mean, once you get that shit, you got bills on bills on bills and bills, and of course that's really the main inspiration, I guess, for people over here to like pursue higher education, whether it be a trade school or college or whatever. Um, and there was something in that Insight video, that China Insights video, that is how a lot of people over here are thinking right now. Um, it was that song they were playing. Basically, it was about being happy with uh, uh, being happy with where you're at, and basically no, like it was. I, I I need to watch the video again, but it was a good song, and I think it describes sentiment over here pretty well too. One moment. I'll just tell a story to sort of paint a picture as to like how a lot of us, at least young guys over here, are thinking. Um, so when I was young, I really wanted a computer because I loved computer games. Um, my dad would like let me hop on his computer, and like I remember playing uh, Battlefield 1942 was really fun. Um, Lego Rock Raiders was awesome. You know, um, uh, there's this online game called Battleground Europe that was really awesome back in the day, but that still exists and it's not very good anymore. A lot of the people have left that were there, of course, as you know, as something like that happens, um, or as they do, you know. Um, Anyways, I loved playing computer games at an early age, and so when I finally got my first computer, um, I was glued to that thing, and I like up until a few years ago, I pretty much I still was. Um, and part of that has to do, yeah, I mean, yeah, they're fun. Computer games, it can be really really fun, especially with friends. Um, but part of that also has to do with not having to deal with the world, to put it simply. And that's a really vague statement, I understand, but it's true. Um, you can. It's like reading a book, um, but a little better, in my opinion. You're like in control. You can do what you want. It's really interesting um, to play certain games, and it just something in my kid brain just um, found that to be a better alternative to I guess just milling around the house wondering what to do. Because I'm not somebody as a kid who had a lot of friends. I'm like a not neurodivergent individual, um, meaning like I think pretty sure I have Asperger's. Of course, I'm still a functional individual, but I just have some quirks, I guess. I'm quirky. I'm fucking, yeah, I'm quirky. But I think that's the case with a lot of people, or a lot of guys, maybe girls too. I don't know. In America, like my age or around my age or even younger. Like I know my little brother who is 16 now, I think, um, has done the same thing. He did the exact same thing that I did. You know, like tried hanging out at friends' houses and things like that, and tried like physical friendships, and then just that ended up falling by the wayside, due to a number of reasons. But yeah, relationships over here, friendships tend to be super distant over here. Even if you live close by. Um, you can live, within 10 miles of somebody and not see them for a year, or two or three, you know, just because that's how your friends are going to be if you're my age. Um, Shit, I mean, and then you got the drugs and all the, I mean, we don't even have to go into that. It's like my parents, my parents are divorced, like a lot of other people's parents, um, and that's really not fucking good. And that's been the case for years, decades. you know, um, our fucking parents just think it's totally cool. It they just think it's the best. It's the best option. That's the best option. Well, we think it's the best idea for us. Is we gotta fucking file for divorce, and you know basically mess up our kid's life. Whether they know it or not, um, their divorce is going to mess up their kid's life, because guess what? Their kid isn't exactly going to have a home at that point, because their parents are in two different places. In that there's mom here and there's dad here, and so hey, I'm living at mom's. I want to talk to dad. Oh well, here's the phone. No, I want to be with my dad. I want to hang out with my dad and talk with him, and all that. Have him be a dad, and uh, that can't happen in a divorce, and vice versa. Um, or sometimes a divorce happens, and then the fucking dad just totally leaves. Or maybe the mom fucking is just totally just zonked out on drugs or alcohol or whatever. Um, like nothing ever good happens from a fucking divorce, ever, ever. Um, maybe if the parent they're divorcing is abusive, maybe that's good. Um, well, yeah, that's good, but Jesus, um, I mean, that's a rock and a hard place right there. I don't know how else to put that. Anyways, that's what a lot of our kids, or our parents, that's what they ended up fucking doing, because they thought life was a fuck. One big fuck. And so now our kids are like this, or their kids are like this, and my friends are like this, and we're all screwed up. because we don't know, we don't have good morals. Our parents didn't teach us good morals, and so we're sort of left um, sort of falling about the world, stumbling, just kind of struggling to figure out what everything means, you know. And what I mean by that is when you grow up in situations like that, you don't know how to keep friends, or if you do, I mean, good on you. But everybody that I know that has gone through that shit, um, has too much baggage to really keep a lot of friends as one normally would. If if you were if you had grown up under different circumstances, you could probably keep a lot more friends. But people like me tend to be unable to keep friends. Um, Man, and lots of abuse too. You know, There's been lots of that. There's a lot of sexual deviance in our country too. In that there are individuals that like to fucking mess around with kids, and that's been a common theme. And you know, just stepping back and looking at all this, and thinking to myself, well, if I succeed, you know, will I be able to you know protect my children from all these things? And I just don't even, I don't know. um I mean, 9-year-old children and younger age, it just like are being shot in schools nowadays. Like, are you kidding me? You know, like I'm just apprehensive, you know, going to community college in person. I'm a little fucking scared of that, because I know I can't have my gun on me. I can't have shit on me. I don't even think I can have pepper spray. I don't even think there's no, you can't have a baton, you can't have a stun gun. And it's just like, you might as well forget about having a means to protect yourself, and much less the kids. The kids are fucked. You know, I just don't see why people would send their kids to school nowadays, given that risk. It's just not worth it. Like, getting them educated, like, with the chance of them, you want to get them educated, but they might get shot and killed, and there's actually a good chance of it. Ah, fuck it. No, let's just send them to school every day. No, not for me. Not for me, dude. I mean, like, I'll put myself in community college, and I'll take that risk myself. But these parents sending kids out to these places that they can be killed in and have a good chance of them being killed in, by a crazy person. Um, and it fucking doesn't matter if they have a rifle or not, dude. You know, Look at that elementary school massacre in Japan. Hey, guess what he did that with? A fucking knife, dude. Hello, you know. You know, you look in, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's such a meme now. You know, well, you got a fucking license for that fucking butter knife. You know, the UK. You know, they're all trying to stop knife crime. We're trying to stop gun crime. Like, dude, it's the people that are the problem. All right, it's not the knife, and it's not the gun. Right? I mean, I have. I mean, I hate to do this to y'all, right? But I've had this sitting on this counter here, you know, for like a week. All right, and it's not gotten up and shot anybody, right? Right? It's not the fucking means. It's the fucking it's the culprit. It's the person who starts the you know series of events. Okay, but that's just me venting, really. I mean, I feel like that's common sense now, and people are starting to come around to that. But it's just, anyways, yeah, it's not safe out there. It's not moral out there, and that sort of shit makes me um, like not want to have kids right now or in the near future, and for that matter, I don't know ever, because like as much as I love the idea of having kids, I want to have kids so bad. You know, I want to be a dad really, really bad because I want to be a good dad. You know, I just want to be a good dad. And that's it. That's the sole fucking reason. It's just I want to be a good dad. And um, it's not it's not that kind of environment for doing that right now. And it's just really that's it goes back to, you know, I was just about to say that makes me depressed. Well, fuck, you know. Um, Here we are. You know, here I am wearing my ratty jacket, sitting in the garage, chain smoking and drinking, along with the rest of America's youth, or most of it, you know. And um, God bless China. God save China's people. I really hope they make it through um, this troubling time over there. They've had a lot of people die recently, and things just keep getting worse for them. And so I really hope God, you know, pulls through for them and does them right, because, you know, the things that are happening over there are not okay right now. And I really feel bad for them. And I mean, I mean, this is getting really long. This is getting really long. So I'm going to leave off with this. Everybody's, everybody's a person, you know, and, my platoon sergeant, said to me one time that I thought was stupid, but I look back on it, and I sort of like it now, because I get what he was talking about. It's that everybody puts their pants on the same. All right, and what he's saying is that everybody's a everybody's a person. They're just a person. All right. Everybody has two arms, two legs, and a nose, and a fucking mouth and eyes, unless something bad happened to you. Okay, and we need to treat each other like that. You know, regardless. I mean, that goes back to, you know, blind justice and things like that. Those American values. You know, but anyways, um, my name is Floyd, and that was a rant. So catch y'all later.